I'm John Mitchell, and I want to talk about applying for Social Security disability. One of the questions that usually comes up is, how does the Social Security Administration determine that someone is disabled? Well, their definition of disabled is the inability to engage in substantially gainful activity due to a medically determinable physical or mental impairment that has lasted for 12 months, is expected to last for 12 months, or will result in death. Now, a lot of issues can arise in determining whether someone's disabled under that definition. There can be a lot of questions as to what is substantial gainful work. There can be questions as to what qualifies as a medical impairment, or does your impairment rise to the level of impairments that they will recognize. There's also issues in terms of the severity of a disability, and that has an impact upon whether or not it would last for 12 months or not. But that is the bare definition as what a disability is. Now, when it comes to the actual evaluation, there's generally 5 steps that are used in analyzing a disability case, and most of these specifically are very complicated and could be subjects for future videos. But to give an overall picture, the first thing that will be looked at is whether or not an individual is able to work, or whether or not an individual actually is working at the time of the claiming of disability. If you can work over a certain level and earn a certain amount of money, you'll be automatically denied for not being disabled. They'll also look at the severity, the extent to which your disability impacts your ability to work. They'll also look to see if the disability you claim, based upon the medical evidence, meets one of the medical listings. Now, Social Security uses a medical listing for various illnesses and diseases, and these are used as another primary tool in analyzing a case. The last 2 issues become more complicated. They'll also look at your prior work activity to see if there's any jobs that you've done in the past that you could still do today. And they will look also to see if there's any other work that might be available that is similar to what you've done in the past, or even if it's different, if you still have the capacity to perform different jobs. So basically, that's the process or the overall analysis that goes into a disability case. As I say, each individual component is complex, and there are a lot of issues attached to each one. But if you have any questions or concerns about whether or not you would qualify, it's worth it to get at least a consultation with a Social Security disability attorney who's familiar with the process.